the International is coming. The world's best Dota 2 teams fighting for their chance to be forever remembered as the greatest players of all time. Each team and player bringing with them a unique story to share. This is the International Lowdown, and this is the story of Invictus Gaming. Unfinished business. Now, you've heard the story many times before. The underdog team coming out of nowhere to win it big. Or perhaps the tale of the invincible champions that nobody can touch. But what about the stories in between? The tales of the warriors that have not yet won the war, but refuse to surrender. Few people make it to the International. Fewer still return after a loss or a win. But this is the story of those who never stop trying. This won't be IG's first international, heck, it won't be their fifth. This will be the 7th international tournament for the organization. But the one international that IG missed is the one where the current squad's story really begins. After failing to qualify for TI6, IG reshuffled, leading to a period of massive growth for the team, with many accrediting their resurgence to Chinese Dota legend Burning, who led them to first place at DAC 2017 and top 6 at TI7. But after TI7, Burning decided it was time to take a break, and the team that he had built, which was expected to crumble without him, pretty much did. The team couldn't make it to a single DPC event. Despite their poor performance, the team was directly invited to DAC 2018 as the reigning champions. On that stage, in front of a roaring crowd, something changed. After their performance in the best teams against the world, IG got a taste of the main stage once again, and it seemed that they hungered for more. With their confidence returning, they laid low until their big shot at the China regional qualifiers for the International 8. It was there that IG finally returned to form, where they blasted all of their competitors on the way to the International. Some teams do well in the qualifiers and blow it on the main stage, but for IG, pretty much the opposite can be said. When they make it to that main stage, it's go time, and this team is ready for another shot at the only prize that's ever mattered to them, the Aegis. One of the players responsible for IG's resurgence is Aggressive, who went from relatively unknown to having his big break at TI5 with CDEC. Entering the tournament as underdogs, the team had an incredible run, going all the way to the grand finals against EG, mostly on the back of Aggressive's incredible gyrocopter plays. Now known on the world stage as a fantastic player, many organizations wanted a piece of Aggressive's magic. And jumping from team to team, he saw decent results. But his goal was always the same: to get back to the International and deal with his unfinished business, getting that first place win. With his old captain from CDECQ, now the captain of IG, bringing him out of the shadows and onto his team, the pair are reunited once again, heading into TI as the underdogs. The question is, will Aggressive be able to repeat the incredible performance he had on the international stage 3 years ago? If his current plays are any indication, lightning may, in fact, strike twice. The brains behind Aggressive's brawn on CDEC, Q was the captain of the team during their incredible run at TI5. Barely making it to TI5 as a wildcard team, only EG would practice against them, and other teams were afraid that CDEC might attempt to steal their strategies. However, the one team that did scrim against them soon found out that it was CDEC who were the ones that everyone else should have been stealing strategies from, as they decimated their opponents all the way up to the grand finals, only to be stopped by Evil Geniuses, the only team in the world that was prepared for their wrath. Q's insight into Dota and his abilities to shape the new Dota talent into capable warriors has been his legacy ever since, which was one of the reasons he was brought in along with Burning to revitalize IG after the organization's first missed international. While Burning would leave, Q would stay, putting in an effort to make IG a TI winning team. Loyal, hyper-intelligent, and now with a mission to be a TI winner rather than a TI runner-up, perhaps PPD, one of the greatest captains in Dota 2, said it best. This Q guy, he's a genius. While the pairing of old CDEC stars has helped make IG a TI team once again, they are not the only reason IG will be at this year's International. After all, two of the players got IG there last year, all on their own. Starting off on IG Vitality, a scout squad for IG, Baboka was one of the new players Q was tasked with molding for last year's TI run. And while he was both a very new player and incredibly young at the time, he was quoted as saying that age is irrelevant when you have a good captain like Q to listen to. Willing to learn and take feedback, Baboka quickly rose to be one of the best aggressive roamers in the world, during a patch where being an aggressive roamer was kind of the entire meta. With over 150 competitive matches on Earth Spirit, many called him the Chinese Jerax. But he started to make a name of his own with Monkey King, being the game's first world-renowned Monkey King master. So, it's no surprise that in every replay you can hear the casters screaming Baboka's name. Baboka's teammate on IG Vitality was XXS, brought into the main squad along with Baboka to be shaped into a Tier 1 player. His handle stands for Xiao Shuang Shuang, which I'm probably not saying right, but does translate into primary school student, which actually means newbie or novice, a name given to him due to his young age. At only 17 during his big break, XXS exploded onto the scene, being a major part of the team's historic DAC 2017 win, reinvigorating the squad once again. Coming from a family that wasn't too supportive of pro gaming, he would only be able to play ranked on the weekends. Yet, surprisingly, he quickly rose and became a well-known player in that community, turning the weekends into a dangerous time to play ranked Dota in China. After his brother convinced their parents to let him play, he did pretty much just that. And after his big DAC win, his family is now reported to watch his games every single day after work. It only took XXS 9 months to go from pub star to one of the best players in one of the biggest orgs in Chinese Dota, and he continued to climb until IG's defeat at TI7, which gave him his first big setback of his career. Since that day, he has been fighting to return to the International and continues his upward trend. When it comes to Dota, XXS believes that, quote, every player's real goal is to do well at TI. Other big tournament wins don't really matter. And such is IG's story this season, not really having any big wins at any tournaments, but here we are at TI, where it really all matters. All according to plan for XXS. Now, while 4 out of the 5 players on IG have been to an international before, but have yet to win, this will be SRF's first trip to the big stage. The newest member of IG, SRF, joined in February of this year and has been impressive enough to take XXS's infamous offlane position from him. With a staggering 73% win rate on Darkseer and a near perfect play in a lane most consider to be nearly impossible in the current meta, SRF is surviving where most others fail. And when we say that SRF is new, we really mean it. The International 8 will be his first tournament outside of Asia. As new as it gets, but with the skills to make even the most talented teammates switch roles to make way for him, SRF is looking to follow in his teammates' footsteps, being the new guy at TI, but becoming a phenomenon afterwards. IG has always invested in new players, and this investment is looking to have some major returns at this year's International. And that's the story of IG, a team of 4 players who have come so close to international victory, and the one new talent that they hope can propel them to finally claim their title. Loss can break even the most dedicated players, but the fighters on IG, they refuse to give up until their mission is complete. And this squad might finally be the ones to do it. Unfinished business may finally be completed this year at the International 8.